Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to finally play with these 4 Ensley Reign palettes that I picked up and featured in a haul. I have the Flower Moon, the Cold Moon, the Flutter, and the Flourish palette. So I'm going to do a look with each of them. And I'm also going to finally try out the Singe Beauty blushes, as well as the 4 additional fruit lighters that I picked up from Clionadh. So in this video, I'll be doing 4 looks. I'll also show you up close swatches of all the products and all that good stuff. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So I have been meaning to film this video forever, but things just have come up, delays, travel, things have come in the mail that I wanted to review, or videos that I wanted to get done first, and all of these products ended up getting put a little bit on the back burner. But I want to finally play with them and try them out on camera with you guys today and actually use the products I picked up. I'm starting to have a little pile of shame getting created over here in the corner, and I don't want that to happen. I want to use the makeup that I spent my money on. So we are going to get into these Ensley Reign palettes, the Singe Beauty blushes, and the Clionadh highlighters. The other 4 that I picked up, I've already featured 4 in another looks video that I did. But what I'll do is I'll show you the product swatches, the palette, what blush and highlighter that I used for that look, and then we'll go into me putting the look together, and I'll do that for every look. Right before it, you'll see swatches and all of that. That's how I've been doing these kind of videos. I am going to get a little closer, and we're gonna just dive right into these products. Alright loves, let's get into this first look, and I think I'm going to start with the Flourish palette. But first, let's put on a Singe Beauty blush. I'm going to use the Riveting Beaute Bar for this look. Beautiful, stunning little pink. And I'm just going to see what it's all about. Ooh, I like this color a lot. It's like a warm pink. I'm gonna bring it all over. Just go ham with this shade. It does seem like a buildable formula, so you're not going to get instant clown cheeks putting on this blush. But look at it. Okay, okay. That is pretty. And there's a satiny sheen. It's like that glow from within kind of look. I love that. So now let's put on some highlighter. I'm going to use the Clionadh Fruit Lighter in Bitter. I believe this is like a pinky peachy goldeny moment, which I love for highlighter. Oh, these are so pretty. These fruit lighters from Clionadh, they're absolutely stunning. I love all of them. If you want to be glowy, sparkly, shifty, I highly recommend these. Now that I'm glowed up and I'm drenched in goodness, let's get into the Flourish palette. I did prime my eyes with the Glamlite eyeshadow base and a buttercream. Did not set it. And I want to go in with these hot pink shades, maybe some yellow. And I have to use that neon green in the inner corner. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for a neon green inner corner pop. So I'm just going to use the shade Pink Paradise through the crease as the initial transition shade. Now I want to take the shade cut, I think it's Clionadh. It's a plummy shade, a deep plummy kind of brown. And I'm going to put that in the outer corner, and I'm going to bring it through the crease a bit just to get some depth. Okay, is it me or does it look patchy? Okay, it looks a little patchy. This seems to be one of those formulas that that just don't sit well on other mattes because it feels like it's not clinging to the lid. I'm just trying to build it up and get a better application here. We're gonna go into begonias now, the yellowy neon moment, and I'm gonna kind of bring that in the front. Get like a little bit of a yellow moment up here. This is very pigmented. The lighter shades are definitely showing up really well. Now I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go into Clionadh first instead, and then blend out the edge with the pink. Okay, yeah, that's doing a lot better. Going directly on my skin instead of over a matte. Now I'm gonna get into some metallics. I definitely want to use Dahlia Magic. Oh, look at that shade. And I'm gonna use it in the middle and towards the front a bit. Kind of do it in like a little diagonal. And now I want to take a little bit of Buttercup Bliss, the yellow. This one has like a pinky shift to it. I'm gonna use that in the inner portion. This one's a little smoother than the hot pink shade. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of Nectar in between the shades. That one actually has like a little bit of a blue shift just right there in the center. Now I'm going to go into Pink Paradise down here. And I'm gonna use it over the edge of the brown. We're going to get into Petal Pop. I'm so excited for this shade. I have high hopes. Let's see. Yes, it is bright enough and pigmented enough to be a inner corner moment, and I'm so happy for it. So I'm going to work on the blend of everything, and I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to finish off my other eye, put lashes, well, maybe mascara on, liner, something in the waterline, you know, complete the look, and then I'll show you it when it's all complete. All right, loves, I'm back, and here's the completed look, and I added a lot of extraness to the look because this is like fairy garden kind of themed for the palette. I decided I wanted to add some extra sparkle, some little flower gems, some little just regular gems, do a little arch. I just wanted to just be extra, and I felt like this look came out very similar to the one I just did with the Calavera palette from Gourmande Girl, so I wanted to switch it up and make it a little bit more different. I was like, didn't I just do a look like this? So I'll lean in so I can show you guys what I did. Let me lower the brightness a bit. So I put these little sparkly flakes that shift from like green to gold. They're actually from Ensley Reign. It's their chameleon glitter flakes. It's actually a sample. I got it as like a gift with purchase. I'm not sure what like the shade is, but I just added that in the inner portion. And then I did like a little arch. I just started doing a bunch of stuff. I have the Lethal Cosmetics Avatar liner from the Ang set. It's an iridescent shifting one. I did an arch and then ended it with these little flowers. So there's like a pink, green, and yellow flower. And these are just gems I picked up from Amazon. Just look up nail gems. You can find so many different ones. And that's what I did. Oh, and I put two little gems in the front, like limey green ones. And that's what I did. And I love it. I think it looks so fun. I feel like I'm ready to go to a Halloween party. I just need to put on like some wings and a little crown or some flowers in my hair, and I would totally pull off the fairy look. But what else I did off camera, I went in with the two mascaras I've been using, the Blend Bunny, the L'Oreal Telescopic. I tight lined with this Chucky liner from Glamlite. And my waterline, I decided to use the ColourPop liner in the Joyride. Instead of doing something bright, I wanted to keep it a little smoky for some reason in the waterline. And then for my lips, I have this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. The sticker with the name on it actually fell off, but it's like a reddish, burgundy-ish lippy. And I thought it looked really good with like the colors that are on my lid. So I'll have to look up the name of this shade because I have no idea. But oh, it's so good, so juicy, so glossy, and I love that. And I think that's it besides using the NYX Epic Ink Liner to create a wing. But that was everything for this first look. Loving the cheeks, loving the glitter, loving it all. But now we can get into the next palette, blush and highlighter. So this go around, we are going to get into the Flutter palette now. But first, we must blush and highlight. So I'm going to go into the Singe Beauty Evocative one in Persistent Persimmon. We're going to go warm. That's just the vibe I'm going for. So I'm going to just find a blush brush. I think that will work. I'm just going to dab right into it. I only have, you know, like my base and bronzer on. Wow, this is such a beautiful blush formula. I love that little sheen that comes through. And this is like a yellowy orange, which I love. I'm a fan. It's more like mustardy than anything. So now we're going to get into the Fruitligher from Clionadh, the one in Tangy, which is more of a, I think, goldeny green, I think. Let me get the highlighter brush, and I'm just going to get in there and just embrace the green. It's intense. It's very intense. Let me try to put some on this side with the same amount. Instead of grabbing more, I think one dip in the pan was enough to be intense. Let's get into the palette now. I'm going to go into, I think, Magic Moss, which is a very murky tone. Murky warm tone, and I'm gonna run that through the crease. I did prime my eyes with the Glamlite Icing Eyeshadow Base in Buttercream, and I did not set it. I'm just gonna run that all through the crease. Now I'm going to go into this Echo shade and use that to deepen the outer corner. And I'm just gonna work slow. I don't want it to get too smoky too quick. I'm using this small little brush. Oh, it is pigmented. And I'm gonna just slowly build it and then bring it into the crease a bit. But I think I want to, what flicker? I don't know why I wanted to see what flicker would look like in the inner portion. Oh, okay. Because it looks so grayish in the pan, but I guess kind of mixed with that murky shade. I swear it's giving more sage than gray. Let's do the lower lash line. I think I'm just going to keep it cohesive on the bottom too. I was going to do purple, but I changed my mind. But first I'm going to start off with Echo on the outer corner. And I'm going to match it up to the outer edge up here in the outer corner. Then I'm going to take the same brush and go into the Magic Moss shade. Stamp that on. Get as pigmented as possible. I am going to take a little bit of Flicker, that sagey shade. It's all over the lid up here. A bit in the front too, and just get it all to merge together. Now let's get into shimmers. I know for sure I have to use Golden Hour. It's one of the holochromes, but I definitely want to also use Mystic Metal. Let's start off with this shade. Let's do that. Wow, that's stunning. The face I just made was not stunning, but this shade is gorgeous. Wow, do you guys see that? I love holochromes. They're just so fun and sparkly. So now I'm going to take Mystic Metal in the inner portion. Ooh, that's pretty. It has a lot of green to it. Now I need to get a pop in the inner corner. I think I'm going to try Orchid Orange and see if that's bright enough. I put a little bit more eye primer in my inner corner just to see if this would help it be more impactful. I do feel like that gave enough of a pop in the inner corner. I wish it was just a little bit more neon-esque, but it's still pretty. But I think that's it for the shadows. I don't think I want to use anything else. The other ones lean either more blue or more purpley, and I think I want to keep it more warm, grungy green. So I'm going to go and do my other eye off camera, fix some things up, make myself pretty, and I will be right back. Alright loves, I am back and here is my look. I did bedazzle myself and I did put glitter on because I love to shine and sparkle, and I'm giving woodland fairy vibes right now. I wish I was going to like a festival or some kind of like cosplay event. I think my makeup and earrings would have been perfect. I could have thrown some wings. You know, I would have also been ready for Halloween. I should have put this on yesterday. I didn't actually dress up. I literally put on some cat ears when I handed out candy. I was pretty lame on Halloween, but I think this is really pretty. I love it so much. So what I did off camera is I added little butterfly gems. I put a little bow tie one, a little flower gem, and then I was like, I need a lot of glitter. So I used this body glitter from It's Belle. It was from their Pixie Grove collection in Hello Spring. Look at that glitter. It's like green, it shifts to pink. It's not considered eye safe, but I took the risk. I put a bunch down here, a bunch up in the arch, and I thought it looked so pretty. Just added, you know, some extra dimension to the look. And then I wanted to keep the lips demure, not crazy. So I used the NYX Slick Click Fat Oil Lip Balm. It's a warm pinkish nude, and I didn't want like a bold lip because I want all the attention on the eyes. And then I did add lashes. I used my usual mascara combo, but I added the Glamlite Donut Lashes that they don't sell anymore. I used the Shockwave liner from LA Girl and Gotcha in the waterline. I kept it green, tight line with this Chucky pencil from Glamlite. And that was about it, besides all the bedazzling that I did. It took me a while to like figure out placement, but I really love how it turned out. So that was the look with the Flutter palette, which I will flutter away with these lashes and how intense they are. But yes, I think we can now get into the next palette. Now we are moving on to the Flower Moon palette from Ensley Reign. But of course, let's put on some blush and highlighter. So for this one, I'm going to use the Timid Tomato one from Singe Beauty. And just put that on. I'm really enjoying these blushes. I just love the little satiny sheen that it gives. Ooh, yes. This one's like a soft, kind of muted red shade, which I think is really pretty. I love these kind of tones for blush, and I just love how absolutely easy they are to blend. And then I guess we'll go in with the sour highlighter. We're going in with an icy green one. Don't know if that's going to clash with this reddish blush, but it is fine. Yeah, it's like an icy line. I think that's what the description was for this. I'm going to try to go lightly. Let's see. Yeah, this one's definitely more icy than the tangy one that has a little bit more of a yellow goldy tone to it. So maybe this is like a more friendly one if you have more of a cooler undertone and like more fair skin. So now we're going to get into this beauty right here and see what we can come up with. I also did use the Glamlite Icing Eyeshadow Lace. Did not set it. I am going to start off with Peony. This warm pink. And it's gonna go like so well with my top. That would probably make a beautiful blush. And I'm just gonna use that through the crease, but I'm not gonna bring it in too far because I don't know what color combo I'm gonna do yet with this shade. But we're just gonna fluff it right here. I think I'm going to go into the shade called Rejuvenate now and use that in the inner portion. And I'm going to just use the same brush to just clean off and the color switch. And I'm just going to concentrate that in the front. Still leaving space in the very inner portion. So now I want to go in with this shade right here called Renew, just to deepen out the outer corner. It is a plummy little matte. And I'm going to lay that over the pink shade that we have on this outer edge. We'll see if I can get this to lay over the mat. And for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the green shade. So I'm going to start off with Budding, the green right there, and work that through. Just kind of stamp it on, and then I'll blend it out with the lighter green, and we'll deepen the outer corner too. Now I'm going to go into Metal, which is the lighter green in the palette, and I'm just going to run that on the edge to get a nice blend, and it's going to add a little bit of murkiness, a little bit of warmth down there. And then I'm going to go into that Renew shade that I used to deepen this upper portion and just concentrate it on the outer corner and connect it up. I think I want to use some of Lush. You guys know I have to use a shade like that in the inner portion. I am very predictable. I don't think I'm going to have that be the inner corner highlight, but I want to brighten this inner portion out. Let me try to clean this brush a little more. I want it to darken the shadow up. Oh yeah, look at that. And put some down here. Now we can get into shimmers because I need some in my life. So I'm leaning towards Freesia. And I'm going to use that over here towards the outer corner. It's such a beautiful metallic. It's on the smoother side. It's not overly chunky, just gliding right on. And then we have to go in with, I guess, Bloom, which is pretty bright orange shade in the inner portion. Okay. Bright is an understatement. Look how intense it is. So now for the inner corner and like the inner part, I'm going to go in with Refresh. That one has, it's like a bright gold with some kind of green to it. At least I'm seeing some green with it. And I'm going to wet my brush a bit just to reduce fallout because it is a little bit thicker and chunkier. Oh, that is so pretty. Yeah, it's like kind of a limey gold shade. And I'm going to take a little bit of Primrose on the lower part in the inner portion. This one's more smooth, so I don't think I need to wet the brush. Oh, that is pretty. Gonna give a greeny, shimmery pop down there. And then do we need a brow bone moment? Should we use Pink Moon on the brow bone? This one looks really intense, but I'm gonna go in with the same brush. Is this a holochrome? I don't know, but I'm gonna put it up here. And I'm trying to go into it lightly so it's not too intense. There we go. That is such a pretty shade. So I'm going to, I think, finish off the look, do mascara, liner, and all that, and then I'll come back and show you guys the completed look. But it's giving fall, like real intense on the fall vibes. But let me finish that and I will be right back. All right, loves, I am back and here is the completed look. And for some reason my hair feels really poofy. I don't know, it must be like super humid, but then it's like flat up here. It's like my hair is just, it's not working for me today. But here is the completed look. What do you guys think of this? It's giving so much like fall. This is a November look for sure. It's like November 3rd when I put this look together. And I'm obviously wanting to channel that autumn, fall harvest kind of energy. And I really love how everything turned out. Everything performed beautifully. So I didn't want to do any additional things, no gems, no glitter. I think this was just perfect on its own and I was just kind of lazy today. So what I did to complete this look is I went in with my usual mascara combo, the telescopic one from L'Oreal, the Blend Bunny one. And then for the waterline, I wanted to match that limey brightness in the inner portion. So I have the Sephora, this is the Ultimate Gel Eyeliner and Lime Green Matte. I was trying to see if they still sell this and I went on their site and I cannot find it on Sephora since they're doing like the you know, savings event, and all of the Sephora stuff's 30% off. I would have picked up this one again and more shades because I use this one so much, but I didn't see that anymore. So I don't know if they discontinued that one, which if they did, that is a tragedy. It's one of the best eyeliners I've ever used. And then for my lips, I have the MAC Lock Kiss lipstick in Sophistry. And this one I got from the Sephora, not Sephora, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty Cell. And I just tried it for the first time. It is like a deeper brick red. It's very matte, but very pigmented, and it was easy to glide on. It is fully like drying down, so I feel like it's a very long wearing lipstick. And then I use the Nabla Close Up Lip Shaper in Nude 4.5. I also picked this up on the 21 Days of Beauty Sale. Love Nabla's lip liners. And I use, what did I say? I used the NYX Epic Ink Liner to create a wing. Yeah, it was very simple. I didn't do too much off camera, but I'll lean in one more time so you guys can see. Everything performed nicely. Like the mattes did well. The shimmers are stunning as always from Ensley Reign. So that was everything for the Flower Beauty palette and the Singe and Clionadh highlighter. So now we can get into the last look for this video. To get into the final look with the Cold Moon palette, but let's start off by applying the Risky Raisin blush from Singe Beauty. We'll see what that's all about. It's like a raisin kind of color, like the name is so fitting with the shade, and I'm just going to pop that on. This is the deepest shade in the lineup. And I'm going to try to not go too crazy, but because the formula is more buildable, I don't think I have to worry too much. And the very last highlighter in the bunch is this one, the Tarte one, the purpley highlighter. So we're using Cold Moon. We might as well have a purple moment on the cheeks. Yes. But go lightly with these. Oh, that's pretty. I feel like there's some kind of pink to it too. Let's get into the Cold Moon palette. And what shade am I thinking to start with? I think Catmint seems like the go-to. It's like a dusty grayish purple, and I'm going to use that through the crease. This is the initial transition shade. Shades are on the powdery end. Definitely dust off the excess before you go in with the shade. Next shade I want to use is Rebirth. And I'm just going to use the same brush, which is the Itspo one. And I'm going to concentrate that on the outer corner and bring it a little bit into the crease. I wanted to take it one step deeper, and I'm going to go into Mother's Night, which seems to be the darkest shade in the palette. I would say this is more of a cool toned grayish brown, but I'm just going to layer it over that outer corner here. Yeah, it is giving a little bit more depth. So I'm going to do the same shades on the lower lash line. I'm not going to switch it up. So I'm going to start off with Mother's Night on the outer corner. Just to get that to be the most pigmented and connected up to this outer corner. And then I'm going to go into, is it Rebirth, which is the gray that I initially used in the outer edge. And then to blend out the edge, I'm going to take Catmint, which was the dusty purple that I used in the beginning, just to go over the edge and get a nice blend. So let's get into shimmers. I know for sure I want to use Storm Fairy. It's a beautiful blue. It's got some texture. Looks like it has a purple shift to it. I'm going to start that in the center. I also want to take Borealis, the purple one, and use that in this inner portion. Ooh, do I have cat hair? Yes, that's what it's like living with cats. Their hair gets everywhere. And I'm taking it up into the crease as well. And then for like even more in the inner portion, we'll go into Calacanzaros. This is like the hardest word ever. Calacanzaros. Did I say that right? I have no clue. And I'm going to put that in the very, very inner portion. It's kind of a slightly deeper silver. Ooh, that's very creamy. And then for inner corner highlight moment, I think I want to take Wolf Moon, which looks like it's going to be a very intense light silver. And it looks like there's a lot of like little sparkle flakes in it. And I'm going to wet my brush just to avoid like shimmer fallout. Just spraying some water on the brush. And I'm just going to put that right there. Yes, that is beautiful. And I'm going to just keep it in the very inner portion. I'm not going to take it up to the crease. I do want to tap a little bit of, is it Clionadh? Right here. This one looks like the holochrome in the palette. Yes. Okay, I'm going to tap that on the eyes. Why not get extra sparkly and get some holochrome good vibes in here. And then for my brow bone, do we want to use Aurora? Yeah, let's use Aurora up here. Oh, a little bright pinky brow bone. So that is it for the shadows that I'm going to use. I'm going to go do my other eye, do mascara, liner, lippy, you know, all of that good stuff. And I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, here it is. Here is the completed look. It's so purple and like grayish, cool tone. I feel like I'm giving a lot of cosmic ethereal vibes with this look. And I decided to bedazzle and do some embellishments. I don't know why I didn't do that for the Flower Moon look, but I was feeling it today. I was not as lazy as I was on that day, but I added some star gems, a little moon, chrome, like glitter flakes, other gems, and I just did it on the outer edge. So it just like comes out to this like cosmic whole experience. And what I use is these gems from Amazon. Just look up nail gems on Amazon. You can find so many different ones. And then I use these chrome flake from Ensley Reign. It was a gift with purchase. It just said sample on it at one point. But it's like these white iridescent flakes that shift to pink. And then I wanted a very glossy lip moment. So I went in with the NYX This Is Milky Gloss and Ube Milkshake. It's just like a very cool pink tone. And then I wanted to brighten things up. So I went in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk. I just wanted a white liner in there. I wanted my eyes to pop a little bit more since this is more muted and cool tone. A little like smoky, not super smoky. So I wanted my eyes to have a little bit more brightness. And I think that's it, besides using the same NYX pencil liner to create a wing, the same L'Oreal mascara, and the one from Blend Bunny, because I guess that's just what I'm obsessed with using lately. And that's basically all I did off camera to complete this look. And it's just so pretty. I love it. If you love cool tones, you will love this palette. So much sparkly shades in it. It was hard to pick which shimmers to use, but I think we can now get into my final thoughts on all of the palettes. So let's get to wrapping up this video. I'm so happy that I finally got a chance to film these looks. It took me like multiple days to get all the looks together, but I'm trying to get caught up with reviewing all the palettes that have come into my life. And I enjoy playing with all of these. I loved how all the looks turned out. And I think overall, all the palettes are pretty. All the formulas were really nice, especially with the shimmers. So I'll start off with the smaller palettes. So they're very fun and cute. So the Flourish one is like so bright and neon-y. So if you like bright tones like this, summer and springy shades, you'd probably really appreciate this. And like the bright tones are very pigmented and beautiful. And then you get these beautiful different textured shimmers. Some are more flaky, some are on the smoother end, shifty, sparkly goodness. You will get shimmer fallout with all of the shimmers in all of these palettes because they're just so sparkly. So if you hate like seeing shimmer specks on your like cheeks and stuff, definitely do your eye makeup first. But the only shade I felt like needed some work was Clionadh. It's a little finicky. It's more sheer and on the buildable end. I don't think it does the best over a powdered base. So if you want this to be the deepest, most prominent color in the look, I would say use this shade first before going in with the other mattes. But besides that, I thought it was really lovely and fun, and it just makes me happy looking at it. As for the Flutter palette, this one's a little bit more muted. It gives me fall. It's not as bright and as intense as the Flourish palette, so I think this will appeal to more nudie lovers or people who like more toned down eye looks. This also has a variety of textures, flaky shades, creamy shades, shifty shades. I do feel like the Echo shade was more on that buildable side as well. I think it built a little better than the Clionadh shade in this palette, but I love it. It's pretty, it's fun, and it's a nice, gorgeous little color story. The other thing I want to mention with these smaller palettes is I do feel like they're kind of pricey for what you get. They're, you know, smaller compared to their bigger palettes, but they're $55 each. I really thought these were going to be more affordable, more in like the $45 to $40 range since you're getting less shades. And I was hoping that it would be a little bit more accessible for people because their palettes overall are quite pricey, and I know that there's special shades in here, but it might make more sense buying their bigger palettes versus these, because like the Flower Moon one is $69. So for $14 more, you get 21 shades instead of 12. I mean, I know it will also come down to your color story preference, but you know, you see what I'm saying? You get 9 more shades for only $14 more. So would it make more sense just to get the bigger palette? At least for me, it would make more sense. I mean, of course, I bought them all. As for the bigger palettes, though, I think these are beautiful, lovely, and I think the Flower Moon one may be my main one that I would go towards because it's very versatile. It's more rainbow-esque, but not in your typical way. You can do like more grungy fall looks, but you can also do some bright summery looks with it as well. I love that it's shimmer heavy and you get different textures. Some are a little smooth and foiled, some are a little bit more flaky. You got shifty shades in here. And I think the mattes are all nice in here. I didn't have too much issues with like this darker shade. I think they all built nicely and blended nicely. As for the Cold Moon one, I think this is one of the prettiest cool tone palettes that I have in my collection. It's definitely more of a cool tone nudie palette. It's not one of those like intense purples and blues. It's definitely more muted grayish nudie tones. So you can do like that gray smoky eye. You can do a softer, dustier, muted purple look. You have a little bit of blue and some pinky tones, but overall it's gonna be on the muted cool tone side, which how my look turned out. I just think it's really pretty and approachable to nudie lovers, but fun enough for color lovers, and the different textures and shifts of these shades are beautiful, and I also just enjoy playing with it. Now the only shade I wish was a bit deeper, or maybe they included a matte black. I know I'm one of the few people that love to have a matte black in the palette, but I feel like this shade didn't go dark enough. I wish it went even a notch darker so I could do a really cool tone smoky look if I wanted to, because I feel like this is like the deepest I could get it, and I would like to get it even deeper. But I know I could easily pull in a black matte to smoke it up even more. But that's like my only gripe, and that's just a personal preference thing. But overall, it's a beautiful one. But anyways, guys, that was everything for my thoughts on these palettes, the looks that I was able to come up with. You guys will now have to let me know what are your thoughts in the comments below. Did you purchase any of these palettes? What do you think of Ensley Reign? What do you think of the looks that I created? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palettes linked so you can check them out for yourself. I'll link my Ensley Reign playlist if you want to see more from the brand, get more look inspiration. And I will have my makeup link, like what foundation and all that I am wearing in case you're curious. And I will have my contact and my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel. I just think you guys are all so amazing, and I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.